It is currently Sunday, November 9th, 2025 at 7:51 p.m. In approximately 4 hours and 9 minutes, I will be legal, which is kind of crazy to think about. I've been waiting for this day for 17 years and now it's here. Almost. But I kind of wanted to take this time to talk about life and future prospects and who I am and what I plan to do, and hopefully y'all will be like, "Oh, that's cool." I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I literally have three things written down on this thing. Can you see that? Wow. Why is this so bright? You can't see a damn thing on this. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So, um, when I turn 18, it's gonna be a nice time. I finally get my car back. My car's gonna be put in my name, which means I can finally put it up for sale. Um, reason why I'm selling my car is because I'm actually working on a project involving a different car. And that is my senior project as well as kind of my life project that I'm going to be actively actively utilizing for like the next year after I graduate. So let's talk about it. I am planning on converting a Honda Element, the little box SUV car, into a fully functioning tiny home, mobile home, whatever the hell you want to call it, car camper. There's a lot of different names. All right. The reason why I'm doing this is one, I want to travel. Two, I'm not going straight into college after high school, even though I felt immense pressure in my life to do so. Um, Up until like sophomore, junior year, I just if I was like, if I don't, if I don't want to go to college, then what am I gonna do, right? Um, and it kind of came to this. Um, this whole project I'm gonna try to get done within a budget of $8,000, which I think is very doable. Um, I also think I might overspend a little bit, but I shouldn't have to spend a lot more than 8,000. Depending on what element I get, it kind of depends. The element itself is not just the thing. There's a lot of things that go into making a fully functioning tiny home. You need to add like electricity and power. So I'm gonna power it by solar using an MPPT controller and a power inverter and a big ass battery. So hopefully that doesn't explode in my sleep because that would suck. Yeah. Um, but so yeah, that's gonna be nice. Did I mention this is unedited? I have no. I don't know. I don't want to edit this. How long have I been recording? It's been 3 minutes already. Okay, I gotta keep going. The power is not even just the problem. I had to talk about like how I'm gonna do this stealthily. Where am I gonna sleep? How am I gonna eat? How am I gonna cook food? How am I going to go to the bathroom? How am I going to take a shower? All the questions that you probably have asked if you were going to ask me if you were like my father and I was telling you what I was going to do and you immediately barraged me with a bunch of questions. I've already asked those questions. So I'm going to document the entire experience of, gathering the funds and building this thing out over the course of these next like 6 months. So hopefully you enjoy that. Um, and it'll probably answer all of your questions because yeah, this has taken up the last few months of my life and is going to continue to take up the next like 6 months of my life because straight out of high school I'm going to be living in this thing. Now you might be asking, why am I not going to college as a first year? One, I don't have that much in savings, and I kind of low key don't want to take out a loan and be in debt after college is said and done because that just doesn't sound fun. I've worked multiple jobs, multiple part time jobs from the food industry to like aquatics and shit, um, since I was 15. And I just don't know. I just don't want to do that shit. Like if I don't want to be working those dead end jobs, those high stress jobs for not just the rest of my life, but I don't want to be selling my time for some money that I could have just avoided dealing with until later. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to be taking this element once it's all built, and the first like week after I'm out of high school, I'm gonna be bouncing up and down the fucking East Coast, going to like Michigan, Chicago, Illinois. Just Chicago is just Illinois at this point. Who fucking cares? Maryland, maybe. North Carolina, maybe. Just to go visit some friends that I've met from like sleepaway camp and family and all that stuff. And then I'm going to book it straight to California because while I am not going to college, I am going to a 6 week college program at USC, University of Southern California, because they have invited me to do their program. I actually was supposed to go do this program last summer, but I didn't because my mom was like, "You're not ready." And I was like, "Well, that's nice because I just spent the last month of my life working on this application where I had to write a 500-word essay about myself, completely make a character out of scratch and give it its own like characteristics and shit, mannerisms and all that stuff. And then I had to make a 1 minute video um, for USC, pretty much telling them why I'm the right guy for the job. Yeah, that all took me about 3 weeks. I could have done it quicker, but I'm kind of a perfectionist and I didn't want it to suck because this was my original senior seminar project and I didn't want it to fall through because I didn't get accepted. Is it still recording? Okay, we're still recording. We're good. We're good. Um, but yeah, after all was said and done, my mental health tanked around the time I was supposed to go out, and my mom was just like, "You're not ready." I'm like, "Well, that's great. Now I feel even worse." Anyways, but they invited me next year. Um, by the way, this like the college, this program has like a 12% acceptance rate, which is insane. I'm going there to do cinematography. Because when I do go out and venture on my own, I do plan to be a filmmaker. Um, Probably not like a large scale filmmaker. That would be fun. That would be a good goal to get to. But for now, I'm really just planning on trying to get all this creative shit that's going on in my head and actually spewing it out into something that is tangible and real. Because I have had a lot of ideas die. And I don't like having my ideas die. I like having my ideas made into fruition. And then I can look at them and say, wow, I could have done that a lot better. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, once I do that, I'm probably gonna stay in the West Coast until like springtime, and then migrate back over here in Ohio or just in the East Coast, wherever I want to go. I'm gonna be traveling, and then once I am like, you know what, I'm done with traveling. After like a year or two, I probably cut it off at the 2 year mark. um, the plan is to take go to I mean the plan is to go to community college. That is the plan because community college I can get all my G's done, general education classes done that I would have to do at another college, but for cheaper. They do like it's like 5K. What is going on? This thing has like a weird trailing thing. It looks like there's something behind me. Anyways, I'm recording this on my laptop if you couldn't tell. Um, because it's like 5K a year to go to community college, and then I can just transfer to a university if I want. I'm still looking at going to USC. USC's expensive. I mean, even after like financial aid, it's like decent, but it's like still expensive. Like you, even though it's like it's only like 20K a semester, that's still a lot of money. Over like even if it's like 20K a year, $20,000 is a lot of money. You don't just and then it appears. You gotta work for that. That is years of your life that you are going to have to work to pay off. So I'm trying to not to spend as least amount of money as possible. And I feel like all the stuff that they can teach me for filmmaking at USC, I can learn online and do it myself. So that's kind of what the plan is for when I go out um, and do this thingy on the road. I'm gonna be making a bunch of shit ass content. Hopefully, it's actually good, and hopefully, I can make some sort of living doing that. Because if I don't have to go to college, I probably won't. Um, because of all that stuff. My brother was just like, I was talking to my brother about this, like, it's like, he was like, that's why loans exist. That's why you take out a loan. And I'm like, that's easy for you to say because when you're doing a mechanical engineering degree and then you get a mechanical engineering job, you're making almost six figures. He's making six figures right now. This, like, 20K to him, or whatever he had to pay off for college, I think it was around 20K after the fact. I mean, he still had a lot left over. That's like, I'm not a mechanical engineer. I'm not getting a mechanical engineering degree. I'm not going into a field that's immediately going to pay me a livable wage. I'm going into a field that's the starving artist archetype, and I would rather do it on my own terms than do it on somebody else's terms, because I'm not going to be making six figures. Anyways, rant. That was kind of a rant, but yeah, that's kind of the plan, and we'll see how that goes. My hair's all fucked up. Don't even look at it. Anyways, second thing I want to talk about was this. This is my phone. This is what I'm recording on right now because apparently this doesn't record my mic even though I have the camera on and my mic's plugged in. Who cares? I don't know. And this is a minimal phone. This thing that is so goddamn bright you can't fucking see it. This thing is like this, but stupider and better. Let me explain. So, smartphones are great. Smartphones are great for the practical things you need them to do, like Google Maps, playing your favorite music on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever your favorite streaming service is, Tap to Pay, Shazam, I don't know, whatever apps you like to use that is actually useful to your day-to-day life. That's great. Those are great things to have a smartphone for. The not so great things is what the smartphones are mainly used for, which is media consumption through social media apps that are specifically designed to, fuck with your neurologics. It's literally psychologically designed to keep you on there as long as possible, so they get paid more. Good business model, just not very moral, and not really good for the person who grew up pretty much with technology all around him, playing games, um, and shit. As with pretty much everybody in my school, in my generation, or even a generation above, like these people like are addicted to their phones. Like if you're looking at this little rectangle for like 6, 7, 8 hours a day, 6, 7, uh, you're addicted. Like it's addicting. Like there's nothing that you need to be doing on this thing for 8 hours a day, like realistically. And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. This it's not okay. And you might be saying, well, you just lack discipline. And I will say, you are right about that. I do lack discipline. But what I also was kind of pickpocketed young. I was chosen young. And all the stuff that goes on online nowadays is pretty much like it's just normal, and it's something that my brain is physically used to. Um where else was I gonna go with this? And I have tried to discipline myself, not by just deleting the apps off my phone because I still I still message people on some of these apps, but like setting timers on them for my phone, or like having a focus mode, and none of these shits work. If you're already just like, hey, free, cheap, easy dopamine, you can just pick this up and do whatever the fuck you want with it. You can just bypass the things you set. And there's this other thing that you could get, like it's called a brick, that they just came out nowadays, where you can scan your phone and it'll block the apps until you scan it again. Yeah, that's great, unless the brick is like in your general vicinity. I saw a video of this guy who took a brick, and he bricked his phone, and he put the brick at the top of a mountain. And after like 80 days, he was like, "My life has gotten so much better." That's great. That's what a brick should be used for. I don't have a mountain to go hike. I don't have a place to go put the brick, and I kind of don't want to go through all that hassle. I'd rather just get something that makes all that attention grabbing dopamine easy cheap shit um not not dopamine taking, which is kind of where this minimal phone comes in. Um, so yeah, basically, what I'm trying to get at is dopamine is a very it's a very big chemical in your brain, and when you do use these apps and you have such cheap, easy access to dopamine and instant gratification to dopamine, you're just gonna grab it instead of doing the other things that you want to do. I have so many life prospects. I haven't even gotten to that yet. Like, I still want to be a filmmaker. I still want to build this Honda Element out. I don't even have the fucking car yet. I have to sell my car, which is probably gonna be the hardest part of it. All those things are going to be made infinitely harder by just this thing existing. And the reason why is because it's just so easy. It's so normalized, and with this, like, if I have this thing, I know myself well enough to know that I'm just going to be scrolling. So that's kind of why I'm selling this phone, and I have switched it for something like this. Now, there's a whole market for dumb phones, but what they lack on dumb phones is the convenience of a regular smartphone. Let's say the Light Phone 3 or the, I don't know about the Mudita Compart. There's a lot, or the Big Me Hybrid Pro. I think that was just Android. Anyways, those phones are great at doing what they're supposed to be minimalist, and they're supposed to be taking that dopamine away from you. But the problem is, um, they don't have the convenience of a smartphone. People who have gone and used these phones, I've seen so many reviews for, even considered getting one of these. Um, I've seen so many different reviews of people saying, "Hey, this thing is great. This thing is an awesome device. I love it." However, I still found myself needing to use my smartphone for some things, and I couldn't just completely replace it. And that was like, and I'm like, well, what's the fucking point then? At least for me. Um, you can still probably get all this shit done if you like hacked your phone and was able to like. Some people, I've seen some people been able to like edit their phone into like a light phone, at least with that UI. It's just not the same, bro. Um, and that takes a lot of time. I'd rather just spend my money at that point. um, So this is where the minimal phone comes in. It runs like a slightly old version of Android. I think it's like Android 15. Like, I can lock up my fingerprint real quick. Um, and it's a very simple UI. If you want to look up the minimal phone by the minimal company, you can go do that. Um, it's a very simple thing. It's literally just like a regular Android phone, except the screen is e-paper, e-ink type. If you know what e-ink is, it's the stuff that Kindles use. Like, if you're reading something on a Kindle, it's e-ink. That means there's little fucking ink particles moving around the screen through some sort of technology, um, which is cool. The drawback is the frame rate is dog shit. And I would put some photos or some videos of the frame rate going in action, but it is so terrible. It's at like 5 FPS, and it's not even just like regular 5 FPS. It's like 5 FPS but flashy, because it has to take the ink, and for each frame it has to move it and rearrange it to somewhere else. So you're just getting like it's terrible. It's literally you literally cannot watch anything on it. You can't. Well, you can, albeit very shittily. You can't really watch YouTube videos. You can't really scroll Instagram Reels. You can't really use TikTok. Anything that is like designed to really suck you in, it just can't, because one, the screen's in black and white because it's e-ink, and two, it's just so choppy that it just takes all of the entertainment, fun, high saturation dopamine out of it, but it keeps all of the usefulness that a regular phone has. So I have all the apps that I want to use. I can connect. I have Spotify. I can connect it to my Alexa. I have my BedJet app. I can connect it to the BedJet. That's also going into the Honda Element project. That's kind of why I got it, but it's been helping me sleep very well. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's it. Like, if you think it's a good idea and you want to go get one, I recommend getting it secondhand, because currently the minimal company is experiencing, or has been experiencing, some shipping issues for a while, where this is a new startup, right? I'm pretty sure this startup started on a website called Indiegogo, which, if you don't know what it is, I didn't know what it was either. It's pretty much just like Kickstarter esque. Um, they've been having trouble shipping the phone out to people, and people who originally backed it when it was like when they started, which was like sometime in 2024. Some of those people still haven't received their phones, which is insane. Some of them have, some people haven't. So that's why I got this. I got this secondhand. This guy on fucking Reddit was selling this for 250. They're about $400 new. So obviously I yoinked that, but just make sure that you're not getting scammed, because that could be easy. Because I could have easily gotten scammed. I paid bro through Venmo, so you know. But I didn't get any scammer vibes. He seemed like a regular dude, and when you went on his that's gonna sound weird, but when you go on his like page, it's just filled with like not completely filled, but every now and then there's just a post, and it's just like on some shitty porn website, and I'm just like, yeah, this seems like a regular guy. Not giving me very scammer vibes. Doesn't seem like a. Anyways, I got the phone. That's all that fucking matters. The one thing I did order from the Minimal Company was the case. They partnered with D Brand. If you don't know what D Brand is, they make really cool cases, cool skins. They call it skins for the phones. Still waiting for that to be shipped. I got that on November 1st. It has been it has been 8 days, and I have still not gotten it. But it's okay. I've actually been talking to Andre, the guy who developed this phone, on the Discord server for all the minimal phone owners, and it's that server is so funny because it's literally just him getting dogpiled on by everybody who owns this phone is like, bro, this took like 3 months for this to get here. I bought this shit a year ago and it's still not even shipped. So I'm really hoping my skin comes in. He says shipping's supposed to come out in the next 24 to 48 hours, but he's been saying that shit for literal months. So I have no idea if my case is ever gonna come, but if it does, that'll be cool. Hopefully it comes before I move out, because once I move out, I won't be coming back here to check the mail, because I'll be across the fucking country. I'm getting way off topic, but yeah, minimal phone. If you want to go get it, if you want to check it out, go check it out. I think it's really cool. So starting tomorrow when I'm 18 and I can finally make like um a Facebook Marketplace account without it getting banned, guy who fucking what's his name? I don't know. I was selling my goddamn Talaria on uh on Facebook Marketplace, and some guy just I don't know who did it, but some guy reported me, and they were like, we need to confirm your age. We need to make sure you're 18. I'm like, God fucking damn it. So now I couldn't use it. So now I can finally put some stuff up for sale. So I'm gonna be putting a bunch of my shit up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, what else? Craigslist, Depop for like clothes and shit, etc. Just so I can raise some money for the Element project. Most of the funds are gonna come from selling my actual car. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get about $4,500 at least for that. Um, but yeah, let's go into the last part, which is life prospects. So we already talked about how I want to be a filmmaker and how I want to build out this Honda Element. But some of my life prospects have been shifting, especially in these past couple months, due to like politics. And I thought politics was just really, really dumb and stupid. And but um, what's his face fucking won the election 1 year ago yesterday. And ever since, this country has just been running into shit. And I genuinely don't think I can go down just the regular route, or else I'm going to be living a life of where I constantly feel suicidal, and I won't be able to afford basic necessities to live. So I am very fortunate right now. I live in a very nice area. I actually live in the same city that Les Wexner lives in, which is really terrible because he has connections with Epstein, who is definitely alive, probably, or he was slimed. I think he's alive. I mean, there's no way he's not dead. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you think I'm just some crazy conspiracy theorist, I get that. It sounds fucking bonkers. Go watch this video. It's like a 45-minute video by this YouTuber named Coop. and it just says Epstein's alive. Here's the proof. I clicked on it just as a funny haha, and then I came out of it and I was like, wow, he actually made like an actual logical, reasonable case, kind of explaining all the holes into the whole main media story that we've been fed about Epstein's death. Um, and I'm pretty convinced that he's alive. I'm pretty convinced. I don't know where he is. He's probably just on one of his islands or on wherever properties. Did you know Epstein was like obsessed with immortality and had like a female egg farm? That shit's crazy. Anyways, I'm again getting way out of proportion here. Politics. That's where I was talking about. If you can't tell, my brain is moving at like 50 miles an hour. I can't. I don't know what's going on. Um, I went to go like see if I had ADHD or something, but the guy was like, "Yeah, no." He was like, "I'm on the verge of ADHD. I have ADHD symptoms, but I can't be completely ADHD. I don't know. I think it's caused by this. I think a lot of my problems it is that damn phone. But when the parents and shit were telling us that, they weren't explaining us. They weren't exactly explaining to us why. They just said your brain's gonna turn to mush, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't happen. So they just explained it really bad. Maybe I would have believed the whole um the phones are killing us and this and that, and your phone is the bane of our existence. If they actually explained it in a way that made sense instead of just spewing shit and expecting us to just blindly follow them like religion. That's a whole different story. I definitely just pissed some people off there. I'm joking. You can follow whatever god you want. I am agnostic. I believe there is some sort of divine creator. I just don't think it's any creator that humanity knows about, because that just doesn't make any goddamn logical sense. And I kind of grew up kind of Christian leaning. Like my family goes to church every now and then. I had a lot of my family's Christian. I actually went to my mom's getting a call. I actually went to a Christian youth thingy majig down the street. It was like a youth group, like, or I don't know. We just chilled for like 2 hours. We had fun and we talked about Christ, and it was pretty cool. So I got to learn about it, but I never actually believed in it because my brain's just too logical for that. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll experience Christ, but it probably I don't think I can logically explain it. I don't think I don't know. Speaking of Christians, I have nothing about Christians. I have something about Christian nationalists who are in power. Um, segueing back to politics here. um, yeah, our country's cooked, and I want to be able to make a difference by speaking about all the shit I do know about, because there are a lot of things that it's not even just like, oh, this bad thing's happening, but it's not even just the things that we're told that is bad happening. There's a lot of things that just we aren't told that is happening that sound like crazy conspiracies, but they're actually not. They're real. Like they're just like this crazy stuff is real, and I feel like I'm a relatively smart guy. School said I was a gifted child. I think I could make a difference in this country. I think I have some good ideas. I'm not gonna get into those ideas now. This is kind of just a overview video, but um but yeah, hopefully while I'm on the road and I'm talking about the politics and shit, hopefully I don't get too immersed in the truth, or else I might get slimed out in the middle of the night um by some CIA agents while just sleeping in my car peacefully, and that'll suck. But at least I'll die knowing I spoke things that were real. I don't know. I might sound batshit insane, but before you call me batshit insane, just do your research, please. Don't just take whatever headline. Don't just read a headline and say, "Oh, you can make your opinion about something." Actually do your own research about these topics, about any topic. Not just about these topics, but for about any topic before you come and bash me about something that I'm wrong about before before you even check to see if I'm right or wrong. You're just like, that didn't happen. That would never happen. Ugh. You niggas are stupid. What other prospects do I have? I just want to live a nice, like, I want to live a nice, fulfilled life. I want to I don't. I want to be successful, not in the financial way, but in the emotional way. Because it's like throughout the whole time, like since the pandemic to now, I've just been dealing with a bunch, and I mean a bunch of stupid ass fucking mental health problems. I've been diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. And they were a lot worse a few years ago. Nowadays they're not as bad, but um, they it made life very bleak, and I really want to live my life in a way that I am not that I am not like I'm not trying to achieve like super happy joy. I'm just trying to feel content at the end of the day, and I can only feel content when I have completed all the things that I wanted to create and all the change that I wanted to do. Um, so instead of talking about all bad news, I mean, Zoran Mamdani won the election like a week ago. That's pretty cool. So shout out to bro. Um, I don't live in New York, but I'm he's I think he gives more of a symbol of hope for the rest of the world and New York as that epicenter of what the hope can be. Um, so hopefully he doesn't fuck it up because a lot of Democrats who have been in power have been fucking it up and have not actually been doing anything. I'm too useless to do anything. No, sorry. You can tell I'm very immersed into this shit. I don't know. I'm sorry. Um I'm not that guy who's only gonna just talk about politics. I have a lot of things that I also want to talk about, but it's one of those things where it's one of those very important things to me, and that should be important to the greater lot of people because that's literally how that's I mean it's affecting our living situation. Did my hair just bend? Can you just stay straight? Fuck. Um. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I just want to live a nice life, and I'm gonna try to find more of myself during this traveling thing, and I'll only have this and my laptop and scarce internet because uh this phone the plan that I'm on right now, like I just switched off the SIM cards and I don't have hotspot for what I'm using right now, which is fine. It's actually I actually like it that way because when I am doing stuff on my laptop, it'll probably be in public, like at a public, just any public place that has Wi-Fi. Fucking McDonald's. It could be fucking McDonald's. It could be Starbucks. Actually, fuck Starbucks. It could be just a regular coffee shop in the area. Um, and I would like to not spend my days like scrolling, having 8 to 10 hours of screen time on something. You know what? That's like over half the day. Like we're awake for 16 hours on average and asleep for 8 hours. You're telling me you're spending half of that or more on your phone? You know the amount of stuff you could be doing with that time other than scrolling. You know what you look like when you're on your phone? Just like you see, I'm doing nothing. Sorry, I as you can tell, there's a lot of things I'm passionate about, and I don't get to talk about them, or I just haven't talked about them um, for reasons. Anyways, this has gone on for a bit too long, and I hope you didn't hear that voice crack. I hope that this was something, and hopefully you would like to watch me do things in the future if you'd like to. Um, I don't know, follow my Instagram or something. I'll probably be posting there most often. The YouTube is mainly just for bigger projects. Uh, or or don't or don't. You can do that too. If none of this shit intrigued you and you are into other things, please go do that. I'm not trying to force you how to live your life. Go do what gives you joy and peace of mind. Because I'm gonna be doing the same. It is now 8:26, so in 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 34 minutes, I will be 18. And when I turn 18, a lot of things are gonna change for me, cause I get to do more things. So that's cool. Peep the necklace. Yeah, peep the little the lip thing. Peep the NGE reference. Yeah. Anyways, let me give you some good show recommendations before I go. Go watch Pantheon, the animated show. Go watch Neon Genesis Evangelion. Go watch Arcane. Go watch. Can you tell I like animation? Um, what are other good shows? I can't think of other like really good shows I've seen recently. Pantheon was like the most recent one. I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is peak. Um, JJK, I guess it's a bit of a slow burner, but I'd say it's a decent story. I haven't finished season 2 yet, but I like just started it. Uh, what other like good shows? I don't know. All the good shows have been like canceled because they were like this isn't performing well, even though we didn't market it at all. Even though that's literally our fucking job as the distributor of the goddamn show that you made. Yeah. I have a lot to be pissed off about, but I also have a lot to look forward to. So I'm gonna try to focus on both at once without having one overpower the other because I don't want to be ignorant, and I don't want to be depressed anymore. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.